Welcome back to Nishikigoi, people. This is Sid here, and this is the next episode we've got lined up for today is koi pond maintenance, and we're also going to feature this beautiful pond that we've got behind us here. This is the Kamal pond at the Kamal Villa. You've seen this if you've been following us on Instagram. You've seen these koi and this pond a lot, quite often. So today I'm just going to take you around. There's a couple of things we're going to go through today. First off, we're going to talk about this pond, what it's got set up in it right now, how the setup is working, how we maintain it, and lastly, we're also going to talk about our plans to kind of take apart the entire pond at this point. We're going to uninstall this pond and we're going to be redesigning a new pond over here, because when this was designed initially, it wasn't designed with koi in mind, and for the most part, they were just considering keeping Kamal. As you can see right now, there's no plants in this pond. It was the koi was spawning constantly, because in India the weather for the most part is warm, so they were just constantly spawning, hurting themselves, hurting the females, and also messing with the water quality. The next pond that we've got designed, that we've got in mind for this place, is going to have a separate bog. So stay tuned. Let's move to a couple of maintenance shots and see what's happening over here. So first off, we're just going to discuss this pond, what it's got going on with it right now, and what filtration it's got on it. So this pond is about 25 feet long, 20 to 25 feet long. It's only about 2 feet deep, unfortunately, and that's one of the main issues that we're having. It's got no bottom drain. It's not got a built-in skimmer. There's been long-term issues with the waterproofing on this construction. The previous vendor that was taking care of the pond was also unable to keep the fish alive. Filtration was very inadequate when we first got here about a year ago. Since then, it's been quite smooth sailing. The owner, Mrs. Abba, is quite happy with how her pond's been looking, and it's been clean. The fish have been happy and healthy, but now we're gonna level it up because there's some new fish coming here. We've got a few fish booked out in Indonesia and a couple of Japanese fish intended to come here. So first off, on this pond, since we came in, we've installed a Helia, an aerator. That's a 60. It's currently turned off right now. Apart from that, we've got 2 pumps running on this side. Both pumps are pulling water from here into 2 cans over there. I'll just take you there in a moment. Since we don't have a skimmer, we didn't have a skimmer, we've got one of those floating skimmers that's doing a decent okay job right now, but it just cannot handle the leaves. There's this tree on top that's got these tiny little leaves, and it's just, I don't know how to say it nicely, but it's a real pain to work with. So, and I can't cut the tree, so we've definitely got to have some full power skimmers installed on the next project, so that we can ensure that the top is always clear and the physical debris has been handled. I'm also going to show you the quarantine tank that they've got over here, because they've actually had consistent spawning. There was plants on that side. They've been taken out right now and moved to that quarantine pool, just to kind of make them stop spawning for a second, and also give the water a chance to kind of recover and become healthy again. It's just a nice little lily bowl in the middle of the pond. I really like it. We leave it as it is. We top up water from the pond, and that's pretty much it. There's a couple of guppies in there to make sure that it doesn't fester, it doesn't start breeding mosquitoes. But yeah, I think it looks quite nice. Then Manoj, say hi. That's Manoj. He helps me around in this house, take care of the ponds. So right now what he's doing is he's cleaning up those 2 canisters. So canisters are really easy when you just need a modular job, just a modular installation. So this is a CPF 15,000. There's 2 of them at this place right now. He's currently backwashing it. So the backwash on the CPF is quite simple. That's the backwash, that's the inlet, that's the outlet. Sorry, other way around. Inlet, outlet, backwash. So when you spin that knob from the outlet to the backwash, it'll start pushing water the other way. You rotate that handle and it'll clean off the sponges on the inside. It's as simple as that. We do that once a day, and then apart from that, once a week it gets opened out and cleaned out. The UV gets inspected, see if it's working and things like that. And yeah, so right now he's washing the first one. We'll do the second one later. So I'm just gonna quickly walk you around the issues that we're having right now. This pond has poly lining waterproofing. It's like geotextile, which is this fibrous material that you can see on the wall. The problem is it is not adhering properly to the granite that the pond is made of, and secondly, the granite is also, it's been created with too many pieces. The waterproofing's been a real issue. So you can see the waterproofing giving way here. There's a bubble on this step that's normally inside the water. There's a bubble right in front of the step. I don't know if you can see because of all that algae. There's a bubble against that wall there. There's another fold that's developing on this corner. And then we've got a proper hill in the center over there with the grassy patch. I call it the meadows. The koi, they actually like that hill. They kind of keep rolling over it and doing all sorts of nonsense, playing around there. But anyway, it's a real issue. We've been losing almost an inch a day for a month now. The contractor that's done the waterproofing has come and gone, and he's tried to fix it a couple of times. He's just not been able. So we've kind of decided to take a brand new approach and start off from scratch. We're going to redesign the pond this time. It's going to be meant for koi, and apart from just being meant for koi, it's going to be practical. Make sure it's got bottom drain, skimmers, sump. We're planning on a baki shower and a few other things. I'll take you around what the plan is on this pond. So we're just going to take a look at the fish in this pond for a moment. I'm going to take you around what fish they are, what varieties are in here, and also how they're doing. So first up are this kohaku and this jinrin showa that are coming up right now. There's the bigger jinrin asagi, headed out of this pond very soon, quite honestly. It was a little bit of a beginner. So there are two types of fish here. There are beginner fish, which is kind of what we started with when the owner was still kind of getting into the hobby and starting to get to know her fish. And now it's been a journey for them as well. They've kind of gone from just being a basic garden pond owner to being properly koi kichi. So there's a couple of really nice fish in here. I'm just going to point them out really quick. That right there is a Haishusui. He's certified from Yamaju. He's got perfect reticulation. He had actually lost a lot of color when we first got him, but he's coming back strong. Then secondly, one of my favorite fish in here is that girl over there, which is the Chagoi. Let's give her a moment to come back. The Doitsu Kohaku that you can see is quite nice, clean coloration. There's that Chagoi again. This is the Jinrin Aragoke Chagoi. We call her Chuggy. We thought she was a boy until she started spewing eggs all over the plants. So clearly she's a girl. But then, yeah, there's that Doitsu Mukashi Ogan over there. The black on that fish is going all over the place. It's doing all sorts of things. She looked very different when she first came. But a lot of it is underlying black, so as she grows, it'll most likely come back nice and strong. My favorite fish in here most likely is that Kiko there. It's a really weird and special looking Kiko. I've not really seen a lot of fish like it. He was really thin when he came. There's a video of him. Now he's about pushing 50-55 centimeters and really chunking out. And then obviously that Kimonyuru. You don't see a lot of Kimonyurus in India, especially if you're not buying top grade Japanese fish. That fish is not exactly a certified fish, or it's not Japanese, but it's a beautiful Indonesian koi. There's that Shiro Utsuri is also an Indonesian koi, but unfortunately it's kind of developing an orange patch on the back. So bye bye Shiro Utsuri, hello Showa. The small fish in here, there's only 4 small fish right now. There's one really basic Doitsuko which is left here only for memory's sake. He's going to be pulled out very soon. Then the Goshiki and the Asagi that you can see in there, the two babies, Goshiki and Asagi, are certified Tosai. They've been growing along really nicely. They came in here at about 5 to 6 inches, and now they're pushing on 7 and 8, and it's only been maybe a month, 45 days tops. So yeah, that's the fish in here. You'll keep seeing them, don't worry. They're going to be around our YouTube page, and they're all over our Instagram page. Go check it out. And we're going to talk about the next version of this pond now, and let's see how it goes. So let's talk about this new pond that we're planning out. That's where the pond currently is. Obviously there's a bed of flowers and plants on the right along the staircase towards the entrance and towards the front porch of the house. So the plan is that the new pond is going to be made a little deeper first off, yeah, and apart from being made a little bit deeper, we're going to widen it out, bring it towards that flower bed right there. So it's going to be somewhere starting off over here. There's going to be right towards the wall there, the brown wall that you can see there. We're going to have a 15,000 liter sump with 4 or 5 chambers. Let's see, I'm planning it out. The sump will then take water, churn it through a baki shower, and throw it into a bog area that we're going to build over there. The bog area is going to be the new Kamal pond. This time we can put some real lotuses in, some big boys, and then post the bog we're going to have a small waterfall cascading into the pond. And then on this corner of the pond over here, we're going to add 4 skimmers and a negative bay all the way on this end, so that we have complete circulation. There's going to be 4 bottom drains. All of these 4 bottom drains and skimmers are going to be valved on and off, so that I can turn them on and off whenever we need. The pond's going to be about 5 feet deep. We're aiming for about 80,000 liters of water, so that we can kind of keep some nice big jumbos and really grow them out over here. So that's the plan for the new pond. Now next up, we're going to take a look at the fry from the previous accidental spawning, and we're going to try and empty out that tank and kind of segregate them into what we need and what we don't need. So here's where we've got all the plants from the pond kept at. They were taken out when there was like I said, when there was a sudden spawning. There's actually been 2 spawnings in the span of 2 weeks. So I think there's about 3 spawnings in the span of 2 weeks. So there's a whole bunch of eggs that have hatched in here. We've been taking out the tobies, and we've got them in a separate glass tank. I'll show you that later. But today we're just going to drain out this pond, see what we've got, split it up, and then try and work with the babies to see what we can do with them. Okay, so I'm going to start draining this thing. You guys enjoy the time lapse of this nonsense. Okay, so this is where we're going to be keeping our tobies. There's some of the smaller fry from the last spawning that's in here right now. I'm just going to start working on this right now, pack them in, and then we're done for the day. done with today's visit at the Kamal pond. Let's just go through what we've done today. We've done a 40% water change. We've cleaned out the filters, we've cleaned out the skimmer, we've netted out most of the gunk on the bottom, although it's only been an hour or so and there's already so many leaves in here. Part of the reason why we're doing this next koi pond build. We've discussed why we're doing this change and what we're trying to achieve with the new pond, and we've also gone ahead and looked at the fry from the accidental spawning. So that's it for today's video, guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. We're gonna go to a couple of koi shots, look at the final shots of the fry in their new glass tank, and we're done for today. Look forward to seeing you again.